What's up, knuckleheads? It's your boy Charles Barkley, and today I have a treat for you. I went bounty hunting again. The last weekly webcam Wednesday, there was a event where you could play and face Jasco employees, and if you beat them, you got a bounty. So naturally, I figured, all right, time to bounty hunt again. So what was the perfect deck for bounty hunting a Jasco employee, you might ask? Well, we brought Bakugo 1. The idea here is, well, you just play cards and you kill them before they have a chance to do much. The ability to clear things that are blocked attacks means you're probably not keeping much in progressive unless you're winning real hard. And the ability to destroy a foundation for +2 damage, well, that can get real spicy with the right build. So, without further ado, let me show you what I did. So we got double front beatdown, the star of the deck. Sure, it's a 1 check. Sometimes you're just going to lose because you checked the 1. But we're here gambling. So, that's fine. You know, just try and alleviate that sometimes. But sometimes you're just going to go, check a 1. But if you ignore the 1 and just play the deck anyway, the value on this card is insane. It's a 5 check, 4 high, 6 damage. Fury Punch ranged. Fury, the attack has to be Fury for Bakugo, so all my attacks are going to be Fury. But the enhance here of if you're Bakugo or Midoriya, discard the top 2 cards of your deck, build all foundations discarded this way face up. That is the real value here. You lead off with that, you get lucky, and you get, let's say, your top 2 is a burst speed and aggressive temper. All of a sudden you go, okay, these are discarded. You trigger both effects on them, giving it +2 damage, and they take 2 damage right then and there. Then you get to build them. So all of a sudden you're 2 foundations up mid-turn. It's a great way to just keep pressure on people and get a huge advantage early game. It's ridiculously strong, and I love it. As long as you hit foundations, you're just gonna be doing great. And a 4 high 6 is nothing to laugh at on its own. And even once you're here, if you destroy like your burst speed, if you destroy the aggressive temper, for instance, you get that again, making that a 4 high 8. And if you did it with the Bakugo, that makes it a 4 high 10. Ridiculous value. And then beyond that, if you're holding it in hand, let's say your opponent's playing stuff like Recipro Burst, enhance, hand. So if you play it from hand, add this card to your card pool. Return this attack to its printed speed and damage. That people will never see coming, and it's disgusting every time. You can save yourself a lot of games just by holding one of these for the right moment. Then we have Howitzer Impact Cyclone. So it's another Fury attack. It's a 3 high 6 for 5. And it's a 2 low block, which low blocks are at a nice premium right now. But it's Fury Powerful 3, Slam, Combo Fury. So we'll hit combo as long as it's our second attack. The combo enhances. Add the top card of your deck to your momentum. And the other enhances destroy 1 foundation. Draw 1 card for each of your momentum. So if you combo, you get at least 1 card off a destruction. A destruction can trigger +2 damage. They flip a foundation, or they take 2 damage, are the ones I had packed. And any of those alone can be another huge boon here to try and have things happen during you destroying foundations. But otherwise, it's a great finisher card once you know your opponent's out of resources. You throw this down, you throw your momentum through, you powerful for 1,000,000, and kill them. Good card. A lot of fun. The other finisher, Blast Rush Turbo. So it's a 5 check, 3 high difficult block. It's Fury. It's a 4 low for 5, but it's got 2 very important enhances. Enhance, if you have discarded a card from your card pool this combat phase, the attack gets +1 speed to +3 damage. So that alone, which if you play it as your second, third attack, you've probably already cleared 1 from card pool. Makes it a 5 low for 8. Then you have also discard 1 momentum. This attack gets +1 damage for each Fury attack in your discard pile. All my attacks are Fury. I've seen myself play this as a 5 low for 24. They don't have, if they half block, that's 12 damage. There's not a lot of coming back from that. So another great finisher, another great surprise card for mid to late game. People didn't see it coming, and we're like, oh geez, love it. Then a nice setup card, Turn to Dust. EX2 Fury Stun 2. It's a 5 difficulty, 4 high for 5. It also has a +1 mid block, which helped me more than a decent amount. But the Stun 2, the ability to destroy a foundation to destroy when committed by your stun, and they can lose 2 health to cancel, and then lose 2 health, your rival loses 2 health, or destroys 1 foundation to cancel. Between those and the burst speeds, you're actually causing a lot of mid-turn damage, and you basically can get a couple of free attacks worth of damage between Turn to Dusts and burst speeds. You don't have to hit people nearly as often if you're pressuring them with cards like this. It's just between the stun and the destruction and the health loss, you're just setting yourself up to shorten the game length and get a nice kill on someone. Then we've got Nitro Explosion Ignition. It's a 4 diff, 5 high for 4, and basically that's all you'll see during its enhance. It's also a +1 mid block, very nice. Fury ranged, but more importantly, response. While it's in card pool, after a Fury attack leaves your card pool during the combat phase, add the top card of your deck to your momentum. So what that means is, let's say I play this, then I check Turn to Dust on a 6. If they block it, I can use Bakugo's ability, discard it, and all of a sudden I get to trigger this and add the top card of my deck to momentum and get free momentum mid-turn. If you do that a couple times, you can set up a really nasty draw and then powerful on a Howitzer Impact Cyclone. And also, you can remove, even if you don't get to that and you have another attack you're stuck on to that turn, you can remove this from card pool to give your attack powerful 2. So you have another out in case you didn't have the Howitzer in hand. But it's a great way to set up a big end turn, and it clears itself from card pool even if blocked because of this. So you don't have to keep playing with progressive if you don't want to. Then we've got Signature Right Swing, or Touch of Decay, the other card that wants you to have 1 in card pool, basically. It's a combo Fury. It's a Fury Stun 1, 4 diff, 4/4 mid with a +2 high block. But it has these 2 enhances. Enhance, if this attack is not blocked, draw 1 card. So if they take the damage, you just get a card draw and have another chance to keep seeing cards and picking up attacks to hit them with. Otherwise, you have Combo Enhance. Commit 1 foundation. If this attack is completely blocked, add it to your hand after it resolves. So they're kind of damned if they do, damned if they don't. You sit there, you throw this down, and then you go, and if they block it at all, you can pick it back up. If it's half blocked, you just get to clear it from card pool, and if it's not blocked, you get a card. It's a very nice thing to go with the Bakugo pressure game here. And my final attack, Signature Right Swing. So it's a 4 difficulty, 3 high for 4. It's got kind of weak stats, but a nice +1 low block. but more importantly, enhance. Discard 2 cards, draw 2 cards. With the discard effect, you can trigger your latent skill, your burst speed, your aggressive temper, your Turtling Kirishima. All of these can be triggered with the discard or with the latent skill discard, and then you can get extra value while you're fishing for more attacks. That's mainly the use for it, is just to try and extend a turn out further when you're trying to dumpster somebody. Yep, it worked very well for that purpose. My one asset I was running, Sports Festival Stadium. It's the terrain, so if the opponent plays another terrain, it would discard this one. But until set 3 hits, this is the only terrain out. It's a 2 difficulty with a 5 check and a 2 mid block. But while this card's in your stage, after a player takes damage from an attack, they lose 1 health. So this is wonderful when you're trying to sit out here and jam a million attacks, because you're just getting extra free damage on them from that. And then you can use this to trigger Keen Observation. And then as well, response. Commit. After your rival blocks your attack, discard their block and draw 1 card. This response lets you get rid of things like Faith's Shield and any breakers. So you get the chance to respond, toss their card, get another card in your hand to keep trying to play more attacks, and get to ignore their punishing effect. Helped quite a bit at trying to continue out turns and stop people from trying to interrupt you with breaker. Then I was running Evil Gazes. It's a great defensive piece because of it being a +1 mid block with breaker 1, but also the ability to lose 2 health to add or subtract 2 speed, and if the attack is blocked, destroy 1 rival foundation, remove it from the game. The idea here is that you can use this to put huge pressure on them with an attack that to put it to a speed where they can't block and you can finish game. So like throwing 1 or 2 of these on the Blast Rush Turbo or the Howitzer can let you put it to a point where they can't block. Or on defense, it lets you basically pick an attack you're going to block, you throw it down, make it a little easier to block, and then you get to targeted destruction the key cards of their deck. Just great card, and even if nothing else, +1 mid, breaker 1, keeps you in the game. Then my other action I was running, Go for the Win. 2 diff 5, +1 low block. So here's the 2 reasons to run it. Form. So with a form, that's what you play, like playing a foundation, playing an attack as a form, so would playing this action be one? It's the act of playing that card for this instance. You would destroy 1 foundation. If your rival has more foundations than you, build the top 2 cards of your deck, then remove this from the game. So you can actually be very cheeky, destroy a foundation, get under your opponent, then when your attack's finished resolving, throw this down to, after you've committed the foundation, or destroy 1 of the committed foundations, trigger, there's none of the discard effects that would trigger off of that because those are during enhanced step. But you get to put something in the discard and then rebuild with 2 new face downs. It's a great way to extend turns out and recover from a bad build, or just try and catch up to an opponent. Also, response. After your rival passes on playing an enhance, your attack gets +2 speed. Ridiculous ability to surprise opponents and catch attacks through that they weren't expecting. They'll have done the math, then all of a sudden a no enhance +2 speed can really seal the deal there. Now let's talk foundations. The 1 3 diff I'm playing, Excited for Blood. So, Excited for Blood, wonderful card, but enhance. Flip, after your rival loses health, gain 4 health. which is great for trying to keep in the game, but more importantly, enhance once per turn, lose 2 health after your rival loses health to draw a card. So, the burst speeds, the keen observation, the sports festival stadium, just hitting them with an attack. You have a lot of ways to trigger this, and the ability to just draw more cards, find more attacks, kill them, that's 100% your entire game plan. So, super, super critical there. League Interview. Playing it because it's got a 6 check, and it's a first form. Discard top 2 cards of your deck. Your next check to play an attack gets +1. Lets you cycle through the deck faster, and also gives you the ability to you get to offset your bad checking sometimes. Also, the ability to flip and get a +1 to a block isn't bad. People generally tend to forget that when they're counting your blocks. Latent Skill, the other signature right swing effect, just on a foundation that flips. Same stuff's true. You can still use that to trigger your Latent Skill, your Aggressive Temper, your Triggering Kirishima. It's great to just try and get you 2 more cards and get some value out of your discards. Apathetic. It's a 4 check, or a 4 control, but on the other hand, it's flip to flip one rival foundation. Targeted removal is just so clutch. Gets rid of speed hate so you can actually get your attacks through. Gets rid of anything that's letting your opponent keep up with you. Never a bad card to have out. And then we get 2 Tutoring Kirishima. It has an enhanced flip. Your powerful attack gets +3 damage. It's only a howitzer and anything you give powerful to with nitro, but and that's nice. But more importantly, remove after this attack enters your discard during the enhanced step. Your rival flips 1 foundation. So this is you've destroyed it with Bakugo, for instance, and you get to take it out of your pool or out of your discard as a remove, and they have to flip 1. It's just another nice effect for the Bakugo game plan. I'm only running that as a 2 of because it's, I think, a little less important than the other 2 sometimes, but it's nice. Then we've got Arrogant Disposition. It's a 6 check, 2 low, spam with a +1. Enhanced Commit. This punch gets -3 speed. Nice if your opponent's playing punches. If not, it's just a nice spam foundation with a good check and a good block. Tight-Lipped. It's a +1 mid, which, amazing as always. 0 diff, so it's great spam. Enhanced flip 1 foundation, your attack gets +1 damage. Just another way for you to stack damage and get value out of foundations before you throw them in the discard. Then, Keen Observation. Flip. After your rival loses 1 health due to an effect, your rival loses 1 health. This effect cannot reduce your opponent below 1. So this enables you to just get another free damage on people. It's a +2 high block spam. Just there to try to give you more abilities to play early foundations. Sideboard cards. Well, let's lead off with the fun one. I was running a couple of Price for Peace. Form. Discard your hand. Draw up to your printed hand size. If it's not your first form, at the start of the end phase, you lose the game. You're about to lose on the backswing. You're just trying to fish for the ultimate kill here. Drop your Price for Peace. Draw a new hand. See if you can draw enough attacks to try and kill them out. It's a fun time. It gives you a little more of that gambling feel you get with playing the ones and trying to get nice flips. Then the deadlock is name a Furious Punch card and any number of copies of the named card from your deck to your hand. This is your true deadlock threat, and if you get to play that and just go, I'll pick up my double front beatdowns out of discard again and start chaining those and building new foundations, that is horrifying for them. So, yeah, nice deadlock threat. nice ability to get you to maybe finish a game that you were going to lose and try and take it back. Then I've got Forcing Surrender, which is flip after you play a combo, your rival discards 1 momentum. The ability to manipulate people's momentum, not bad on death. And then flip, discard 1 non-attack card from other player's card pool. Situational card with a lot of interesting uses. Mostly there, you can stop card clog. You can stop people from summon Dark Shadow value, things like that. So, just a nice little way to keep things going and give you some ability to just manipulate stuff, and it's more spam if you need it, and it's a +2 low block. Then, some with style. Here's my Stun Hate tech. It's 2 diff with a 2 high, and then it's enhance once per turn, destroy 1 foundation, ready this foundation, playable while committed. So you can actually trigger your value cards like your burst speed and your aggressive temper with this to get the destruction, to ready it, and extend out turns. But also, destroy. After this foundation's committed due to a stun effect, reduce your rival's attacks to 0 speed, playable while committed. This is really just such a great piece of stun threat that most people are going to struggle to decide whether or not they really want to play the stun on an attack, just because taking an attack to 0 speed is such a huge penalty. So it's in the sideboard for when you run into anything stun. Very useful card for that. So overall, that's the deck. The idea is to just slam a ton of attacks, get a bunch of value, and gamble your way to victory. I had a ton of fun playing it. I managed to actually beat a Jasco employee with it, and I've been playing it at locals, and it's been a blast. 10 out of 10, would recommend. Take your gambling Bakugo deck and run it down your locals' throats, man. It's a fun time. Well, if you have any questions, comments, or about the deck or anything else, just hit me up, either in the comments or just message me. Thank you very much. Have a great day.